Okay, we're gonna test our voice. Test 1, test 2. Okay, let's get to the proper. Now, the sound is a bit off, so I apologize right now. But the reason is because I have a big old air conditioner in this room. Some games run the system hot. I don't have like a cooling system. I don't have one of those liquid cooling systems for the PC. And this room just gets unusually hot sometimes. And even though the weather's gotten a little bit cooler, it's still warm in this room. So I have to have the AC on. It's always a battle, especially when I'm doing recordings for videos. It's just one of those things. I can't do it anywhere else. So it's just the way it is. So I get some inconsistent audio from time to time. Anyway, we're going to continue with our Baldur's Gate. We were playing a Gnome Warlock. And the sound might actually get better as I start talking because I've been working all day.
Breathe deep and move.
And I realized I hadn't really been hydrating that much. So I drank a whole lot of water. I really need to get some tea to kind of like soothe my throat a little bit. So, you know, once we do that, my voice might get a little bit better. But anyway, we're a Gnome Warlock, and I don't remember where we left off. I think it's pretty much just the beginning. Oh, yeah. We had just entered the Druid Grove. just entered it. So I'm trying to think about what we could do next. We could either just kind of explore a bit, or we could kind of like, we could kind of gather some of our quests together. I don't remember if we've rested or not. I guess we could go ahead and do that. I don't remember. There's no harm. And there's nobody to talk to. Nobody wants to talk to us. Oh, wait a minute. Gail wants to talk to us. We'll talk to Gail.
Be with you in a moment.
Oh. Why are you studying your own mirror image?
Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
Until quite recently, nothing at all.
Ah, yes. The good old days. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on?
We'll nod.
Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture?
We're not even facing him. I do, but you might as well finish the picture.
Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born.
I wonder if it's because we're like really
version,
short.
Of course.
He's not turned around to us at all, and we're turned the other direction. I wonder if it's because we're so short. I think you meant to say abbreviated.
My point is this. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal.
Long live the abnormal.
I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees only the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Let's do it. Oh. You mean in separate beds? Okay. Never mind. Never mind. So we got to go get Will. You know, every time I do Act 1 or Chapter 1 or whatever, the only thing I dread is the spider area, the astral spiders. I've never been great at dealing with them. I do what I can. And my trick that I've always used is my rogue. If I'm a rogue, I can just kind of sneak in there, take out all the eggs, and then deal with the spiders one-on-one. But I guess I could just bring a star in and he could do that. But I've seen so many people not use that tactic, and it's, you know, they get by. So I don't know. I just, those little, even though they don't do a lot of damage, they get so many chances to hit that it messes up, you know, any concentration spells and stuff like that. So if you can do like big damage all at once, like a fireball, if you had it, not that I'll have it by that point, but if we had like some kind of really big damage to take out those spider eggs, not spider eggs, but when they become hatchlings, then that's fine. But yeah, a lot of times I just go in as a rogue and just take out those little spider eggs, and then I go back to the shadows. All right, let's go to sleep. There he goes. So we'll need a Starian. Probably Lae'zel. Yeah. And Shadowheart. Okay. There we go. We're back here.
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs.
You could hold off a horde of goblins from this position.
Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better.
Okay. How far are we from the city?
If the road was clear, 10 days walk, maybe? But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
Okay. So I'm probably not going to deal with every single dialogue like I normally, could. Be neat if you could talk to these butterflies. But, and I have no fear of taking the lead on this group because, normally you'd have like Lae'zel or something. But,
Indolence breeds madness.
oop. Well, that was a mistake.
No time to rest.
Because I have my Eldritch Blast. If I just hit somebody, it can push them away in case we get ambushed or something.
With haste.
So, yeah, we'll just F5 right here. 'Cause usually this is an easy fight, but you never know. You could get really unlucky. See, like right here, I could either put him to sleep, which I don't think I think he has too many hit points. Yeah, he has too many hit points as a level 1. So we'll do this. See? Boom. So even though I only did like 3 or 4 damage, the fall did all this extra damage, and he's going to make his way all the way back up.
Let's spill some blood. A better position.
Let's do dash. We're gonna get her to the edge as close as fast as we can. Okay.
Victory is assured. With haste.
Oh man, I have Witch Bolt. I just don't really care for Witch Bolt. Let me see if I can't go to my spell book and get rid of that. Chromatic. Oh man, I can't do it in combat. That's right. But at some point, I'm going to get rid of this Witch Bolt and replace it with a Chromatic Orb. I thought I did that already. Yeah, look at that. I don't even have Magic Missile. Wow. I haven't been looking at my stuff at all, apparently. All right.
There's blood in the air. Over here.
Come on up. Let's see if she can't hit him from here. Yeah.
Let my name be known.
Oh, we did it. Oh, that was too easy. Too easy. Okay, so let's, before I forget, let me do his spell book. Change it to that. And then I love Thunder Wave. But yeah, we're not doing tactical, so let's just do it like this. There we go.
Let's get going.
That was simple.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
All right.
have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back.
Devil mistress.
Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
Coin. Mistress, you've lost me.
You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
Let's see here. I guess we could... Oh, yeah, we do have a lot of persuasion because we have a lot of charisma. I forget we're a warlock. So this should work. Now, we don't have our... whatchamacallit? Our bonus because of... what's it called? A Shadow Hearts thing. Anyway, it's an advantage to roll, but we should get this. Ooh. Barely. Wow.
Well, that's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you.
Do you?
Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
We failed Arcana? Wow, okay.
It's a soul wrapped up in a terrible iron package. Don't ask whose, because I don't know. I hope it brings you better luck than it has me.
And of course, that gave us an inspiration. So we've gotten a couple of these. Starring's history as a magistrate. We got a soul coin. That does make sense that we would be inspired by that, though. Neat. The telescope doesn't really do anything. It just kind of tells us what's over there. I've used it for some B-roll footage. It's worked pretty good. I'm shocked Lae'zel actually hit him, because inevitably, like when I'm in like a high ground like that, that should give me a huge advantage, I always miss. So, we'll see. Ooh, that's a lot in there. Wow. Let's see here. Featherfall. Where's my potion bag? Now this is camp supplies. This is it. There we go. All right. Let's check out this bugbear. Bugbear Assassin. We're going to give this to Astarion. I'm going to keep the candle, though. Let's talk to a squirrel.
Amicus animae.
Get out!
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
Calm down.
See, you're in my territory, and I want you gone.
There's plenty of room for the... Oh, Warlock Intimidation. One word and I could fry you to a crisp. We'll do that just because it's a special one. But I think it's not any different than any intimidation, right? It says back off, squirrel, or I'll make you.
Okay, calm down. We can make a deal. How about this? You can stay if you keep those ugly feet on the ground. I'll even sweeten the pot. Found some weird smelling stuff on the ground. You can keep it, but these trees are mine. Follow the rules and I won't have to intervene. Got it?
There you go. a hyena ear. Goes in our alchemy pouch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll go back this way. And we'll start going to the Druid Grove. There might be a few things we can sell at this point, but I don't remember what that would be. And I don't know what we would want.
I care about our lives, our future. Refugees, adventurers. No one in years, and
ARRON.
suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
Ritual. Yeah, we're looking eye to eye now. Are you really locking down the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
It is really interesting how you're eye to eye with this, the smaller people. The camera. Now, it obviously messes up when we're dealing with, like, party members. But dealing with him, I'm used to him looking up. I've never looked at him in this, at this angle before. What about the people?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
Yeah, if we get enough people in, if y'all want, I can do the... I've changed it some, but it's still the basic introduction to the new video I'm doing. And it's just the first minute and a half of it. At the moment, it's about 48 minutes long. It's probably going to be no less than an hour and a half. I thought it would be about an hour, but yeah, it's definitely going to be longer. Anyway, I can show you all the first minute, the intro basically, if y'all want to see that. But let's see. You just said the region's overrun by monsters.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
Okay.
I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers. But I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon.
We'll look at what he's got.
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Okay. Now we don't need this. We don't need that. Don't need that. Oh. Where are the acorns? Oh, there it is. Acorn truffles help us make talk to animals, but we have the ability, the spell, but it's really cheap. So I always buy these when I can. Yeah, all these are just so cheap. Might as well. Pork loin. Camp supply. Balsam, definitely. That'll make greater healing potions. Okay, what do we got here? Gloves of missile snaring. Ah, okay. And, we're wearing basically the same thing that Will wears, so I'd like to wear something different. Light armor. Heavy armor. Medium armor. Let's take one less bludgeoning damage. Maybe, but I have no money for it. Red dye, pale orange, muddy red, orange, sea green, and light blue. I mean, I know we got stuff we could sell. I don't want to sell anything just yet. Unless there's just crap we don't need at all. Okay. Nah, he needs all that. We do need a trap disarm, though. At least one. I wish you could open these in the... but you know what you do is you mark inside your bag as a ware, and then you just say sell wares here at the bottom. I should put on my capture. I turn it off for when I'm doing recordings because there we go. I think it's really distracting. But since I'm not doing really any recordings at the moment, we'll have our cursor on. But yeah, the sell wares right here, you should be able to mark things in your bag as something that you're going to sell, like a gem or something. You're just not going to hold on to it. When it's like in these bags, instead of looking for it, it's actually a good idea, the way Larian made it. So, you know, although I wish you could open these bags while you're in trade, if you just go ahead and mark it as a ware and then just say sell wares, you'll never have to worry about it. It's going to be good to go next time you go to a vendor. So, yeah, we can't afford crap. I don't even know. 30, 10. Yeah, I think we have a total of 30 gold, I think. Wow. I was at least going to buy a dye. Let's buy a pale orange dye. There we go. All right.
Sylvanus, guide your path.
Sylvanus, guide your path. That there. Yeah, so now we look a little different. That's all I was trying to do. I was just trying to get a different look than the basic. It's not bad. All right, let's get to it.
We don't even know these people.
Disintegrating journal.
Of course it does. You would choose strangers over us.
That's not what I said.
Oh.
Can we stop shouting? No?
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Good guy rolling.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
You should all stay. Haha. Oops. Have to hit continue.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zergan. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throat slit by Goblin Blade.
Thank you, Roland.
I'd die if I met Leroica reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell out of my clothes.
Hold on one second. Somebody on Discord was messaging me, so I was I wanted to reply to him. Okay. Also, I need to tell everybody that we're on. I told earlier, I posted that earlier.
Can't keep the goblins out forever.
Okay.
This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
Okay, there we go. We're all good. Now, we still have our ability to talk to animals, so I am going to try to talk to these cows. Especially the one at the end. Right over here. Ooh.
Be gone. I am hungry.
that I wonder if she said that because we found the haystack on our own, you know? If what she does sometimes is she'll say, you know, the humans think that, you know, they can just hide stuff, or not the humans, but the humanoids. Or no, maybe it's this other one, the Bordox. And then that's how you find it. It's like a couple of gems or something in it. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. I think, so this is our potions. Ah, here we go. So if you just like mark this for wares, add to wares, add to wares. Next time you do your but I think you can put them back in here is what is, if I remember right. No, that's the problem. Okay, I remember the problem now. Okay, that's on me. And so for now, I'm going to put all these in here. And what I do is, if I need to, I save this for a special occasion. So like anything that can blow up, you know, grenades, flammables, you put them in here and then you throw it. Like if you're from a high ground, and the bag will burst, but the contents remain intact. Just finished up other responsibilities. How's BG3? How's the talking cow? I'm about to talk to him. I'm about to do it. But yeah, this is real important. The Strange Ox, he's actually really important. I'm not going to give any spoilers to that because it's way into Act 3 before, you know, you realize what he does. But you want to keep talking to this guy. You want to keep finding him.
Another one.
Another one.
What are you under there then? Ant? Aurochs?
Aurochs describes me well, yes.
Big and slow? The keepers of this place choose different forms. Better ones.
How are you doing, Banana?
They become birds, to hunt on the wing. Bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Yeah, we found the bag. Exhausted. I know how you feel. I work, of course, full time, and I had this monster computation that I had to do, and what I do is there's a lot of stuff that think of like the worst logic puzzle that you could do, and then try to do it backwards, and then add math to it. That's kind of what I do. But otherwise, all right. And I had the worst one before I left work today. And anyway, but I was saying that if people wanted to see it at some point, if we have enough people in here, I mean, it's no big deal. I have the introduction recorded, and I just didn't know if anybody wanted to see that, to see kind of like what the next video is going to be about. I'm about 48 minutes into the newest one, and really that's just overlaying the video with this audio and everything else. So I still need to do a lot more creative stuff with, you know, some in-between things. So I imagine by the time I'm done, it's going to be no less than an hour and a half. But I would say that I'm still 3/4 done, because I'm kind of trucking along with what I'm doing. I just have to go back in and do all the creative stuff after, and then I'm done. And I have to do I got to record some stuff for the near conclusion things, where we're bridging the information to Baldur's Gate 3. And there's going to be a lot I have to say about that. So I'm kind of cautiously moving along, so that way I'm absorbing the story and how I'm understanding this character to be. So that way I'm not misinterpreting how 3 is trying to portray this character. But yeah. And if anybody wants to see that video, you know, just start speaking up and we'll look at that. Cheer up. Do a noble thing. Carrying burdens to those who can't. No, we'll say this one.
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
The only thing is I feel bad for him because he feels like he can't really just sit down and eat. Like, he gets like very few pleasures.
That ox's gaze is following me.
He gets very few pleasures, and one of them is just eating, and he doesn't even get to do that. So we want to talk to this strange ox.
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
Something strange about this ox. What is it? Crap. So we don't have a ton of intelligence. I did sacrifice some intelligence for this character, but not a lot. We're still a +1. There we go.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
See, we knew that already. But whatever. You're more than meets the eye. You must be a transformer. Care to explain? There were those beast transformer guys, and I think there was a an ox or a bull. That one was actually really cool. Yeah, we don't have a ton of intelligence, so so true. I know. Yeah, I mean, between Lae'zel, me, Astarion, and what else do I got? Oh, Shadowheart. Shadowheart might be the smartest.
No, you are incapable.
Oh, come on, old chap. Ooh, barely.
I'll tell you this much. I'm going to Baldur's Gate, with or without the rest of these poor sods. Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this. Moo.
Moo.
Nothing here for you.
Well, let's go ahead and get Will. Let's get this out of the way.
Something's on my mind.
Children!
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
That's good advice, child. You do well to listen. I thought they redid his stats on the full release. Respect. I thought it was 13. I'll look at it again. It's, you know, between me playing so many betas and stuff, I just don't look at that. And plus, my most recent huge playthrough, of course, was with my rogue. So I never used Astarion, like hardly ever. I really need to like multi-class them so that way they're more useful to me rather than their, you know, their baseline stuff. But like Karlach's hard because there's nothing really she's good at besides being a barbarian. I mean, you know, I mean, what? A warrior? A barbarian warrior? I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, you know? But at least with a barbarian warrior, she can wear like heavy plate, you know? So, then, let's see here. Astarion, you could definitely turn him into a bard. I've done that. I think he actually can be a really good bard. But I really want to use Halsin more. Once I get him, I really want to just find a way to use Halson, which I haven't been able to do. It really does seem like they're all intended to be a single. I know. And that's what I'm saying, is that I really want to try to expand, not just to like be creative, but I want to make it make sense. You know, like warlocks, I know for a fact are not designed to take you to like level 12 as a pure warlock. There's almost no point to that. So if you like have like some martial weaponry, it really helps to complement what you do. What I've kind of thought about is doing like a rogue warlock, which I think that could be just absolutely deadly. But I started thinking about it and I was like, you know, the perks you get between levels aren't great for rogue. So I'd hate to kind of like level up rogue just to get a baseline warlock and never, you know what I'm saying? So by the time you get to level 8, you're good. But all those things in between are just kind of like, you know? So I'm on the fence about that. But I know if you go with a martial, just like Will, basically, he seems like he wants to be a martial weapon blade. He's the blade, right? But he's a warlock, just a pure warlock. But warlocks are kind of designed to be, you know, two things, not just one. More than most classes. Yeah.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Yeah.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Yeah, multi-classing is tough. Yeah, because you might give up on feats to get the good stuff from... Exactly. But you got to do it. It's almost like, you know, in pre D&D rules, there was almost kind of a penalty for multi-classing. Dual classing was okay, but multi-classing was just like, oh, you're going to get a penalty. You just basically took a step backwards. But in the current rule set, it seems to be a huge advantage to do something like that. So like if like this, in hindsight, I think the rogue that I made, if I could have made her like at least 3 or 4 levels cleric, I think I could have really taken advantage of a lot of scenarios. But I'm telling you, like my level 11, level 12 rogue, it just one-shots a lot of people. They don't even have to have a backstab advantage. She's just a killer. I made her a pure assassin, and she just rips through people. Basically, like if one wants to one-on-one me, I mean, it's over. They don't even know it. But yeah, there's so many like interesting little like Will, for instance, not Will, Gale. He seems like just a pure wizard, right? It just makes sense to keep him that way. What else would you make Gale, right? It's kind of hard to these particular characters, make them anything else. But I don't know. I'm just maybe not thinking too hard about it. So another escapee.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
I haven't decided, and I don't know if we have the option, but since we're a warlock, I don't know if we've already completed our pact or if we are still in the middle of our pact. That's going to make a big impact on what we choose to be in the future, because we may not even be allowed to make decisions like that. So I think the default backstory has to be like, we've already fulfilled our pact, so we have our powers because, you know, we did what we were supposed to do. But yeah, definitely there's no other intelligence class, and his other stats are pretty weak. Yeah. Plus, as far as lore, Gale seems like a pure. I don't disagree. I mean, he's basically like, he was on the path of being Elminster Jr. You know, I mean, he's on like buddy terms with Elminster. Oh, and by the way, I knew he had a channel, but I had only seen a couple of videos when I first started looking at him. But Ed Greenwood, I don't know if y'all know who Ed Greenwood is. Ed Greenwood is the creator of the Forgotten Realms. So everything you see in Baldur's Gate, all the stories, all the lore, Icewind Dale, just Waterdeep, all that stuff, that came from Ed Greenwood. He is the guy. He's the man, right? And he has a channel. And he's got like 36,000 subscribers, which is good, but I would have thought he had 1 million, right? I think the D&D movie alone has like 1 million subscribers to it. and he talks about just lore stuff, and he just spits it out like it's it's a flowing river. And it is so amazing because he's so articulate, and he's filled with passion about it. And he's like, it's just a matter of fact type thing. Like, you do this and that. And of course, then a thing shows up or something. And he's like so really good at narrating his own world. It's really great. And so if you get a chance, you know, watch Ed Greenwood in some of his videos, and it's just him being interviewed, and it's just wonderful. But if you ever like have, and what's great too is that he's not one of those that says, this is the way I wrote the lore, and so therefore you have to do it like this. He's so open about things. He's like, and of course, you know, if you as a dungeon master or you as a character say, hey, look, I have a really good reason to be a peaceful, loving drow, wonderful, have at it. Create your own backstory. He loves that stuff. But he did write, he talked about Candlekeep. He talked about like 4 secret things that are in Candlekeep that aren't in books and stuff, but he just like rolled it off the top of his head. And they're consistent with like the bigger picture, the Forgotten Realms stuff, right? He talks about Vecna. I mean, he just goes on and on and on, and I'm just like in awe, just absolutely in awe. And the reason why I bring that up, Banana, is because he is Elminster. Like, he's the kind of like the embodiment of Elminster in the books and everything. When you run across him in Baldur's Gate, the original one, basically that's Ed Greenwood. And so when I say like Gale is kind of like Elminster Jr., I really do think that it's kind of like a passing of the torch. So you're 100% right. I do think of him as just a pure wizard. How can you not? You know? So it's a good point. It's a very good point. More than just like the stats, you know? But yeah. Who is she?
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
So you're saying I sassed Ed Greenwood in Baldur's Gate 1? He doesn't mind, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like, get away from me, old man. He's like, okay, whatever, you know, he doesn't care. That's, he created the world, but it's your world to live in. That's the way he sees it. You do with your life is how you see fit. As long as you do remember that he created it. He made this one funny comment. He said, wizards would have you believe that the novels are not canon. However, I have a agreement with them that says they cannot remove anything from canon without negotiating terms with me. And I have received no phone calls or letters regarding novelizations not being canon. So you can take it from me. They are canon. I mean, you gotta love that. No. Let's see. Join me.
An excellent suggestion, but your party's full up.
Okay.
Still, when the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer.
I do think that Will
A
has
splendid
a
plan.
really good
We'll talk
story,
more
and
then.
he is good to have in your party. It's just I've never, now that I'm a warlock, I'm not going to need him. We'll get a few levels on us, and then I'll change him, so that way we can use him. But I forgot who I was talking to, but they were saying that they just don't find Will's character all that engaging. They don't think he's very good. I think you just have to spend some time with him in your party, and you will find that his backstory is actually really, really good. But Lae'zel's is one of those that definitely grows. I've had so many people tell me that the romance line for Lae'zel, like, they meant to do like an evil playthrough or something, but then they found out how much they really did love the romance side of Lae'zel. And I don't think anybody would have seen that coming. I think Shadowheart is almost like the story in this game in a way. Gale seems to be like the story at the beginning, but then it kind of like fades off. So I don't know. I think that the characters were really well written. They were written with love. A lot of attention was given to them. Hey Bree, how are you doing? I don't know if it works here on YouTube, Bree. I know. I'm sorry. And we are over 500 subs, so that unlocks a lot of some things that are really more for like streams and stuff. But trust me, I am trying to get us to 1,000 subs, so that way all the videos I make and all that make money for the channel itself. I don't really want to make, I want to make sure that nobody feels like they have to like financially help the channel. We're just fine. We're just 100% fine, but I can't make some of those things go away. Like I can't opt out of it, right? So like stickers and stuff that are like I don't know, like I don't even know what they are, like $1, $5, whatever they are. They're like, I think they're called super stickers, but that's all part of the chat stuff, and I just don't want you guys feeling like that's something y'all got to do. So no ads during YouTube Live, but it's good to see you, Bree. Hope you're well.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
And if anybody wants a little, I've been reading up a little bit on Githyanki. So if anybody wants like a quick lore trip, let me know. I'll tell you a little bit about the Githyanki. I suggest you do what she says.
Lower.
I'm good today. That's good, Bree. That's good.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him? I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough. The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I always feel like our character has to like stand on something to have a conversation. She's always like so low. You're a dab hand in interrogations. We might need that skill again.
A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The Tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
All right. Did you say tiefling?
I am unfamiliar with the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
It's Faerun. So in case you don't know, of course, most of the Gith, they come from the astral plane. They're not from the world of Faerun, where we, you know, are residing. This is like a continent on the world of Faerun, and they come from the astral realm, so they, you know, they could be anywhere, you know, going from place to place, and they don't really age when they're in the astral plane because it's kind of like where time just stops. So although they probably live to about the same age that humanoids do, with the exception maybe of elves, they don't technically age because they're in a place where time stops, you know?
The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
But they often don't just stay there. Am I right? Yeah. They often don't just stay there though. So they don't just stay there and just not, you know, age. So they're often moving around. So yeah. And what's interesting, and here's the thing. This is why but I love the Drow. The Drow are probably my favorite race. That's why I play a Drow a lot when I get the opportunity. But the Mind Flayers, which are the Illithid, I mean, they're in a huge war with the Gith. They used to enslave the Gith. The Illithid actually captured humans for many, 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 many years and enslaved them. They became what we know as the Gith. And it kind of makes sense. And I haven't heard Ed Greenwood. This is why I've been watching his stuff and listening, because I've got one question in my head that I haven't found an answer for. But the human gods don't exist. Like, you know, you have like a lot of the other like gods that you see for temples and stuff. But there is a human god, and it just doesn't seem to exist. Right? It's possible that the Githyanki were asked in their when they were slaves to remove their old gods, their original gods. So it's possible that the Githyanki themselves destroyed their own humanity when they destroyed their gods, which were the original humans. So it's very interesting. And the Drow, coming back to the Drow, the one group that the Illithid don't really mess with at all, if they can help it, are the Drow. Because they know that if they pick a fight with the Drow would just be relentless. They would just, to the last Drow, would try to kill them, just eradicate the Illithid. Like, obviously the Githyanki have the dragons and they're constantly at war with them, but they seem to kind of like pick their fights to like say, what's to our advantage? What do we do? Blah, 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 blah. If you fought a battle with the Drow would be like, it's on. All right, you asked for it. We are going to annihilate you. And that's just how the Drow are.
He stares right past you as if you're invisible or boring.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
He's still staring right past you. You see nothing out of the ordinary. When you turn back, there's no trace of the child.
We miss a lot of perception checks. We're going to have Astarion do this one.
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. I never learned names or anything. Just the tricks. Anyway, forget that. Take the ring.
I want to show you how lucky it is.
We'll do the opposite. Ooh.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails? Tails it is! See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested?
Okay, so we can say drop the act. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
I always pick the wrong one. I always mean to say the nice one. Anyone could see this is a modified War Widow scam or the Tinker's Trash. Because there's one that he goes on to explain. He's like, besides, that one does this. And he's like, you got me. I always forget which one it is. We'll try that one.
Hey, that hurts. I'm running an honest...
Kiki's in her time?
Okay, what's the
yeah,
Tinker's
feed
Trash?
Kiki.
Uh-huh. Huh. Interesting. And I promise, this isn't a Tinker's Trash scam.
See, so it was the other one. It was the War Widow one. The War Widow one, like, he knows what you're talking about. And he goes on to say, besides, that one requires this, this, this. And that's how you kind of catch him in his lie. Then what kind of con is it?
Look, I swear to you, these rings are the real deal. I promise, I'm not running a scam. Last chance. You want to look at my stuff or not?
How can you promise that it's not a lucky ring? Okay, let's... Yeah.
I knew it. Hang on. That's what I got.
We missed the perception check again. We keep missing all the perception checks. Pale mint. Let's see here. It's got yellow dye, green dye, sea green dye, and pale green dye. I'm gonna buy the infinite wishes or the become really invisible. I always buy something from him. And that way he can say that.
You bought...
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn.
There we go. Wisdom +1. Oh, yeah, we just do that.
One of the big kids. How did you catch me?
You were just unlucky this time, but you've got talent. I can tell.
Wow, thank you. I guess I'll try harder not to get caught next time. Bye.
Now, I do like Maul. Maul is down below. But I do like Maul quite a bit.
Hey, you here to trade or?
If you haven't played the game, I'd hate to spoil it for you, but Maul, I really wish she was more than just kind of who she kind of presents. It would have been really, really, really cool if Maul was something else, something more. And that's how she's like able to kind of organize the kids and run in the background and a bunch of other stuff. But like some kind of supernatural entity.
Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you. I am sorry. Sorry we're still talking about this. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor. Make room for the chumps.
Yeah. I would, if anybody has not played this game before and you're kind of wondering like what class should you play, believe it or not, if you want kind of a class that's kind of easy to, that's also really fun, you can do spells, you can open locks, play Bard. Bard is kind of like Baldur's Gate easy mode. It really makes things, it greases the wheels of combat, dialogue. I mean, you name it, the situation. Bards really make life easy in this game. It's a shame that we don't get a true bard as a party member, because I would totally use them. They would be here instead of Gale, probably, or Astarion even. That might be why we don't have one, to be honest, because it would always be in the party once you realize how useful they are. They're not really like a jack of all trades necessarily, because they're really good at what they do. You know, they're not the best assassin. They're not the best necessarily lockpicker. They can get the job done for sure. They're not the best caster. But when you kind of put everything together, it makes Gale better. It makes Astarion better. It makes your warrior better. It just makes everybody so much better. Whereas Lae'zel's only good as she is at the time it's her turn in combat. You can give her certain buffs and whatnot, but it's kind of limited. Whereas a bard can do like a tune and help the entire, group, the entire, time that they're fighting. So.
Please, let us through. Let my daughter go right now.
She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back.
Oh, let me through, Ragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out. We need to get Arabella out, now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Korga to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake! Ugh!
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
She was caught. Foolish child. Let them judge her.
I'll talk to him.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
Do all the damn rituals you want. We're not leaving till it's safe.
Damn it! We could have taken those guards.
Carl Magrin, give her a chance.
You, get back!
It's forbidden to outsiders. Korga's orders. No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What?
What?
Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Oh, and I'll probably be doing a few more Twitch streams here soon. I've just been really focused on a couple things. One, baseball playoffs. Two, not just the baseball players. I'm a big baseball fan to begin with. But now that, for me, the baseball season's over, I have a little bit more time to really focus on like the videos and stuff, and I anticipate I'll probably get done really soon. What's been taking me like a month is probably on. It's going to go much faster now.
Alas, I've never.
Ah,
my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
On Twitch, I plan on... Now, this year I will not be doing a 24-hour Halloween stream like I normally do, because Halloween's on a Tuesday. And normally when I do the 24-hour stream, I'm off like either the day before and or the day after. I mean, always the day after, but sometimes, like if it was on a Thursday, for instance, I would have taken off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But it's on a Tuesday, next Tuesday. And I don't want to be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do a 24-hour stream this year. I'll probably be on Monday here on YouTube, because I'm going to try to make Mondays our regular stream day. And then Tuesday on Halloween, I'll try to do some streams. I'll try to maybe leave work early, and then just stream for a really long time, doing just, various games. What I've done in the past is, of course, some horror games. I've read from, Lovecraft stuff. I've read, just horror story stuff. And we just have fun with that. So I may do that. I don't know. I also need to finish Phantom Liberty on stream. I've been doing a lot of side quests outside of the DLC stuff. So I've just been dying to just get back into the main game of Cyberpunk. But anyway, that's my point, is that I plan on doing some more streams soon, but I really want to focus on this video and get it knocked out and get it done, and then we can move on. I have already in my head like some other stuff that I need to get going for the next videos after this one. But that does require for me to like do a little bit deeper dive of Baldur's Gate 3 to make sure I have the proper understanding of the options for that.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Yeah.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins?
I'm not unfamiliar with their kind.
Shocking little creatures, aren't they? Still, there's quite a bit more to them than most accounts allow. I myself plan to record the world's most extensive catalogue of their means and habits. A blue ocean of information, I dare say. Now, I've a few more questions, if you don't mind. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
I don't remember too, so if October is Tuesday this year, I think next year is a leap year. And so that could push the Halloween next year to Thursday, which would be perfect. So maybe we don't do a 24-hour this year, but look for it next year. I can't do it on YouTube because YouTube's only a 12-hour. It only lets me stream for 12 hours. So, Dragon. Well, I mean, I guess I could do 12 hours and then stop and then start again. But anyway, Dragon, there wasn't any. Well, hold on. There's brass, no doubt about it.
Witness mistook obvious silver dragon for brass. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Yeah.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Hold your tongue.
Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use.
What brought you to the wilds?
Why, goblins, obviously. Well, someone ought to chronicle these curious events. I'd heard the master of this place, a druid called Halsin, might be able to point me in the right direction. But he's been quite captured by them already. Ironic, really.
Yeah. Well, be careful.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket.
Until we meet again.
All right.
Ah, my grizzled.
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
Not what happens, but that's okay. Okay, so we have Lae'zel. She might be able to do this rock. Let me go talk to this bear.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
Who are you looking for?
Master, he left with the weaponed two legs. He said he'd be back. But I can smell them, the weaponed ones, and I cannot smell him. He's not coming back.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
No, the woods have gone dark. There's too many predators lately, even for Master.
Okay. Let's see. We want to go this way. We gotta jump. Okay. Perhaps. Oh, I do need another pouch. Okay. So I'm going to give all these to Astarion because he's definitely going to be our archer. I mean, it's not that we like have a true archer at the moment, but he's the closest one we have. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do, I want Lae'zel.
Action, not reaction.
All right, and then we'll take our character.
Things have stayed interesting.
Actually, let's take a star.
Don't touch me. Neither seen nor heard.
Okay, so
well, hello.
crazy. Has to go all the way around just to pick that up. Okay, so that Amulet of Sylvanas, it's lesser restoration, so that's huge. It really is a good thing. Let's give this to us. Let's give that to us. Antidote. So we could just take that. But then we'd be at at war with the druids immediately. All right, let's talk to this bear.
I need a quick word.
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping bear. Oh. Let sleeping bears lie. I need you to move.
Okay.
There you go. See, now we have a shortcut. Now you'll notice that there's a key right here. I do believe that that key opens up this lock right here. But I don't remember. Whoa. Oh, that's him. Because he keeps moving the gold coin.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
Let's do, I'd leave it out. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is better.
So, it's right there.
To be cautious.
Yeah.
What path lies before?
I've said it every single time. This Apicousis, I love her character model. They did her good. They found the perfect voice actress with her look, and I love her short hair. I mean, and of course it's like that grayish blonde hair. She's just a really good looking character.
Speak.
Looking for a healer.
Find Nettie in her room. Through the carved door, deeper in the grove.
Doesn't look like you're helping with the ritual.
The ritual is Korga's decision, but she is not our leader. Master Halsin welcomed the refugees in. I wait for him to resolve this.
Is that what you were talking to that bird about?
Hold your tongue. The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
I help defend the grove. I'm not your enemy. Oh, it's a roll. There we go. 20.
Forgive me. It is not you I fear. It is my brethren.
I think she's a
More
half
follow
elf.
Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
Yeah, I wish she was a companion, because I really do like her her cadence with the way she talks. Granted she's a druid, so you'd already have a druid. Actually, you'd have two. If you got Jaheira and you got Halsin, you already have two. We don't need a third one. But man, it'd just be really cool if we found out like she was a bard or something. This'd be wonderful to bring her in. Of course, the tiefling that's up, I've never understood why we can't recruit her as a bard. I mean, granted, she's not, great at fighting, but, she's got that backstory where, like, she doesn't know how to fight. So you basically, integrate her, and then she starts to learn those things. I think it's like a missed opportunity to not have her as a potential companion.
A druid and an outsider. We can do nothing without turning the others against us. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
Yeah, no, I really like her. The Apicousis. Yeah, she's really good. And for just like a little character you stumble across, it's pretty good. Psalms of the Old Oak. I can't even read it without getting into trouble. Let's talk to this horny boar.
I want to have a word.
I thought you were Halsin.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Alcin? Promise me a mate.
See, he's just like, he's ready to go. Dude, calm down. So I always save this for kind of like last in this area, in this immediate area, just because there's so much to do inside Korga's area. So hopefully we can just kind of go through it real quick, you know, talking to Nettie and, you know, a bunch of that other stuff. If we had Shadowheart, this is where she first says she doesn't like wolves. You know what? Let me do this, and then I forgot I don't have Shadowheart with me. I really need her in place of Gale. So
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
a prisoner? Well, she's just a child.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
How do we have the nature? Oh, I guess it's just an option. Okay, I see. Well, of course, we'll do our persuasion roll. Whoa, 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 whoa. Actually, I don't want to do that. Oh, crap. I forgot we had our talk to animals on. Man, I should have done that. I actually really do like the default dice, to be honest. I have it on this one when I'm recording videos because I just think it looks better for video stuff. But I actually like the default scuffed metal.
Very well. She may go. Break your word, and my serpent shall feed. Sif, Tila to me.
Tila to me.
Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Yeah, and so Gale will say something now.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, hmm? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived
not
some
really.
perils, overcame some obstacles.
Hey, just use whatever
Ever
dice you
since
like.
were
Well,
kind enough to
I wish
free
we had
me
more
from that
options.
stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile.
How are you doing, Kaguana?
Diffuse the
It's
tension
good to see
between
you.
Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
Oh, so soon. It's very gratifying to hear. What's the flat? What's going on here?
I was being quite sincere, I assure you.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
At least he's looking at me this time. In camp, he was always looking away, and I was looking in a totally different direction. So, at least he's looking at me this time. Now, what kind of condition?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to
Maybe in the
live
future
with.
they will add more options.
Not
I'm good.
without some
Okay,
effort.
yeah.
What it comes
I
down
hope so.
to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Yeah, everybody, you know, wants to see a DLC for this thing, but you're not going to see a DLC. If you see anything, it'd just be a whole new game. I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, I will never say that you won't see a DLC. It's just you can't really go beyond level 12 and expect it to be a balanced game. It just breaks everything when you're beyond level 12. So, you know. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people be like, well, can't we just have a DLC where it's another like side campaign or something, you know? But then it breaks your end game if you return to it, you know? So I totally understand where Larian's coming from, but I guess a lot of people would be like, well, can't we just have another, like, I don't know, level 9 through 12 area? You know, clearly you don't, you know, it's just different. Like, it's a totally different area. Like, you just create new characters or something for it. It's not related to your Baldur's Gate 3 run at all. I think that's probably the best way to do it, but I don't know. And there's a lot of cut content out there. In fact, the video I'm working on now, I'm assuming there's cut content because there's some missing information, and by putting the pieces together, I think I'm starting to see that I think they intended to do one thing and then just said, well, look, it fits. We got to release the game, and let's just move on, you know. But yeah, in fact, I was telling them earlier that if y'all want to, I can show y'all at least the minute introduction that I made. I've already made changes to that one, so that's not the final one to begin with. But I can show y'all the introduction for the next video if y'all want to see it at some point. Yeah, they do tend to add. Yeah, I think that they will, especially like with patches and stuff. But there is some cut content. They even said that before the game was released. They said there's quite a bit that we cut, but they just weren't specific as to what that was. But I can see it here and there, you know. I can definitely see it here and there. Yeah, there are cut content. They plan to add back some of it. Yeah. Yeah. What kind of items are we talking about?
Oh, staffs, tomes, cowls. The form doesn't matter.
This part of your introduction to Gale really makes a lot of people upset.
We were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my
Upper City of Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want him in their party because they're like, he just keeps eating all of our items. No, he doesn't. He's like has 2, 3 at the most, and then you move on. But you just have to get past that point. But how would you know if you don't play it? So, yeah, I'd be happy to help.
You have my thanks. And fear not. Your implicit trust is well placed and will be rewarded with any and all means at my disposal. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure.
I don't even think we have anything.
As do our packs, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we have something?
We have such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment.
Oh, my necklace.
I hope I can count on you.
My necklace of Sylvanas. So, if you...
Here we go.
I've already got the achievement here, of
Forest
course.
rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. Beasts chasing beasts alongside a wild woman. A depiction of some local folktale,
3 of them.
perhaps.
So if you do these plaques, you'll get an achievement, but I've already done it.
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. You recall stories of an alliance between druids and the harpers, but the details are vague.
Yeah. You know, the harpers are, I don't know. They're meant to be like you know, this group that kind of helps keep the balance. But sometimes they
Towers
just
seized, the battle done. The
they kind of like
moonrise
are
broke
Jedi.
the darkest one.
they overstep their
Recognize
bounds,
the
you
mark
know.
of the dark goddess Shar on the broken helmet. This army marched in her name. Moonrise must be a reference to Shar's divine sister, Saluna.
Yeah, the game have many of them, I know, and they're here and there, but they seem to be like the character that you kind of want to know more about. Like if you know that somebody's a Harper, there's a story there. But yeah.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural depicts a ritual, but you do not recognize the deity involved.
It's probably Sylvanas. I don't remember.
The rat glares at you, but says
Harper have their own
nothing.
way of looking on things. Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, the Harpers definitely are like, no, that's not the way to do things. And like I said, they kind of like, kind of overstep their bounds sometimes. And although they may have like very good intentions, the problem is that because they don't take the time to explain themselves or feel the need to, then yeah, it just, when they get caught or something, it sends a bad message. All right, go home.
Watch your back. Into the shadows. Let's go.
All right, should be able to do this. Yeah. Baldur. I don't, you know, if you played Baldur's Gate 1 and or 2.
On my way.
You do run into Faldorn. Faldorn is, well, she's the only druid in Baldur's Gate 1 that I believe that you have access to in the default core game, to like Insect Plague, which makes in-game much easier. Unless your own character is a druid. And then beyond that, you fight her in Baldur's Gate 2. And she becomes she goes back to the Shadow Druids.
Still breathing.
So it's interesting that they have this logbook of her here.
Like it's
Oh, Astarion. So if you, it says, what does it say? It says, yeah, there it is. Secrets of the Shadow Druids. So we get inspiration from Gale? Is it Gale? A Faldorn's Canticle, the Shadow Druid's doctrine. This Age of Tombs corners are mossy and alive with tiny insects. Says the book's spine is limber from overuse. The corner of one page is folded inwards. Balance is a myth. It's almost like the Sith code. Peace is a lie. Where any clan treads, nature struggles. Unity is a fiction. Men of mere flesh seek only to tame beasts and raise flora. We are thunder. We are the thunder. We are the rain. We shatter mankind and grow new life in its place. I mean, it's a nice sentiment, but, you know, Anyway, here's the half-torn note. This is what we need. We're supposed to just meet somebody in the swamp docks at the tree. It's just a clue. Moving. Can't even read it.
Very, very quiet.
I didn't think he could see us from over there. Oh, he's looking right at us, that's why. He's trying to get that pouch. Oh, well.
Shall we?
All right, then we're going to go talk to the wolf.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, I remember. I was going to go to the camp so I can bring Shadowheart. Yeah. We'll leave Gale here. Although he wants to talk to us.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. So why does it require magic, this condition of yours?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Okay. I got a magical... Do I want to give it to him? I mean...
Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging.
I need that restoration
But it is a
thing,
delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item.
Okay, good.
But keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
I mean, I'll give him whatever, but that amulet is really valuable at this time. Stay here.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it.
All right.
I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
So,
light on my feet.
Shadowheart for me has become almost like the de facto, like, raging bull in my group. She's like just so good at everything. I mean, once you get her spells up to a certain point, I mean, that's true for like any, character that you have, but especially in Shadowheart, because she has defense, she has offense, and it's not even just a balance. She's just really good at both. She's got the aid with all the healing stuff. I mean, she's just like a core member now, almost every party that I have at in-game.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Will lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
Come on. Come on with me, Shadowheart. Join me.
All right. Some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
Oh, we leveled. Okay. So Shadowheart's voice actress has a Twitch channel now, and I've been following that one. It's interesting to watch them do that. But the one I really like to watch is Devora Wild, who does Lae'zel. She's definitely new to gaming and a bunch of other stuff, and she kind of really gets into it, though. In fact, I think she's gotten so into it, I think she's made herself a little sick from time to time, and so she like got into it, and then she got sick, and then she cuts back into it, then she gets sick again. But I like watching and listening to her quite a bit. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna F5. We're gonna go back. Oh yeah, we have a level here, don't we, for Shadowheart? See, here's our restoration, but we don't need it because we have our amulet, so we're going to give that amulet to Shadowheart. Do silence. Remove Shield of Faith. Either blindness or hold. Blindness is kind of weird because I've cast it on several like archers before, and they're still able to kind of like, you know, move around and shoot at me. So it's not completely effective. It just is a disadvantage to their rolls. So maybe hold. That'll work. This inflict wounds, I would do this one if it wasn't melee. If this was like a range spell, I would totally use this one every time. But anyway. Okay, so we get our pact boon here. For spells, yeah, we definitely want Cloud of Daggers. That's an S tier level spell. That's a great one right there. A lot of these level 2 for warlocks are really good. Obviously, invisibility. Misty Step is amazing. I want that one as soon as I possibly can. That'll be our next one. Even Darkness is great. Crown of Madness is good. But this one, Cloud of Daggers and Misty Step are just S tier level. Very good stuff. Because it's not real blind, it just affects the area that they are in. No? Yeah, right, exactly. Now you can compound that. So, you know, like you can like you know, do an effect. Like what is it? It's not the cloud because that's like a poison thing. But like if you do like darkness, for instance, but that blinds them completely. So that's not the same thing. But if you do blindness and then what was I saying? What's it called? Blindness, because this is darkness. If you do blindness, it doesn't really completely blind them. It just, they roll not as good. But they can still crit you. I mean, you know, so that's the thing. It's like, that's why I don't even mess with it. It's just, it's great when it works, but most of the time it's meh at best. What do we want? I think, geez, I really want a familiar, but the Pact of the Tome is really useful too. Just get more spells, you know? Guidance. Yeah, you know what? That's what we need. We do need guidance. But see, we have Shadowheart now. We'll do it. That's fine. I mean, to have Thorn Whip as a cantrip is amazing. And that's just nice to have. Vicious Mockery. It's just nice. So yeah. We'll do that. All right. So we're gonna go back. Let her freak out about the wolf.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Oh, she made a save. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
Just wanted to give you my smell. I'll leave you be.
No, wait. You smell fresh. Safe. You can stay, if you must.
And see, a lot of people choose the whole like, no, it's okay. We're just here, you know. He doesn't. He's indifferent to that. But this one, he lets you stay, and he's a good guy after that.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
What would have happened?
Nothing befitting a child. Nothing befitting any of our world's creatures. We've let a snake replace our leader. She will see the tieflings driven out, or worse.
Okay. I'm looking for Nettie.
Ah, I see. You will find her deeper in the caves.
All right. How'd she take over?
She is first druid in Halsin's absence. With him caught or dared by goblins, none may gainsay. But more will die if her ritual is finished. I doubt those exiled by the rite will survive long outside.
If nobody's looking for him, I could do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
All right. All right, I'll do it.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well.
All right.
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
It would be an interesting romance option for my little gnome to romance Halsin. That would be quite an interesting situation.
Did a number on you, didn't it? Does that
On
hurt?
antidotes. There we go. Okay. Mugwort. Yeah, I'm gonna take all the ingredients. Nettie's gloves? Yeah, I might steal those. Let's see.
What a day. Over there.
That's curious.
That's curious.
There you go. Druid notebook. Okay. Blade infused with shadow. I've locked it away to serve as a reminder that even victory can taste bitter. Yeah. Okay.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
I guess I need to go ahead and make some of these potions. Don't have any salts. That's what I need. I have no salts. Now grenades. Fortunately, we can make alchemist fire as soon as we find some fire amber. Yeah.
Please. I'm resting.
What happened?
The bird says nothing, trying to rest.
Okay.
The bird says nothing. Only the sound of its labored breath fills the silence.
All right then.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Anything I can do?
A moment.
This medicat.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
At least we're looking eye to eye. I need to find Halsin.
You and every other soul here. I can help if something's wrong. I'm no Master Halsin, but I can manage.
Okay. Can you heal me?
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
Right. Yes, I'm very tired indeed.
Then get some rest. There's no better magic. Take a nip of whiskey before bed if you need to.
All right.
Come back to me if that doesn't do it.
Oh, I'm coming back, all right. Come here.
And? Feeling any better?
No.
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
Something crawled in my eye.
Crawled in? Some sort of bug? Or Wait, did it look like a tadpole? But from your worst nightmare? All slime, teeth, and tentacles.
Yeah. Can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
Moving ahead.
You know, in the early access, this was so tricky. Like, this wall would come down, you would follow her, and then sometimes she would attack you. And then you'd be by yourself with her, and you were just too low level to fight her.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
But of course now, say like this, for instance, how we're outside, you can go in here like that. Be like,
there's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
So we're gonna examine Mind Flare Parasite Specimen. Going on here.
One true way.
It's interesting that they're saying Shadowheart's locked in the conversation, but she's really not.
Onward. Ever onward.
Okay. All right. In the event the conversation goes bad, let's go back. Okay. Looking for a less grave cure.
I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halcyon, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this, all right? Let's see what we can do.
What's the plan?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
Something caught me when I fell from the ship. It saved my life.
Protected from on high? Sounds like the drow. Master Halcyon said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halcyon was desperate to find where all this was happening.
Yeah, I was kidnapped.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halcyon was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But
not
you
so
seem
much.
like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Okay. About that branch of yours.
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
Let's see here. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flare infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halcyon and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out What the hells was going on? Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
Okay. Must have learned something.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
Alright, so you think it's just a matter of time?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Okay. So, you think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Alright. I'll find him.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there.
Alright.
All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Alright.
Have to keep going.
Just want my bed. Why learn poison? Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
Better a quick draft than ceramorphosis, nonetheless.
Alright. Dissected drow.
Better than becoming a mind flayer. Keep it, in case things start to go very wrong.
Bottled blooms. Okay. Read. Alright. Notes on the drow parasite. Altered. Okay.
Looks like Halsin's our best bet for a cure.
Hastily written note.
Time to track him down and see what he knows.
Forget Halsin. Only a Githyanki Kresh holds our cure.
Halsin's pipe. Okay. All right. Bottled eye. Yeah, I always take his pipe, but it's like he doesn't ever ask for it. So,
At the ready. Can't risk being in open view.
drow letter. Track the druid, find whatever burrow he runs to, and report back to me. Remember, you are only a scout. Do not engage. Do not kill anyone. Simply observe and return. I shall decide what we do next. M. Wonder who M could be.
Free for the taking. Need to find a way forward.
We got so many things that are no-nos, but we'll take them. Yeah, there's I think it's on the other side. It's a shelf full of like spells, so we'll need to get that. There's one. Okay. Read. Okay. cub. All right, was that talking about the owlbear? Owlbear sightings, yeah. Okay. Rinatindego says cub. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go over here because that, like I said, I think there's a spell or two.
Over there.
Yeah, it opens up. Personal account. In Ketheric, I see the failures made manifest. He did not fall, he was pushed. His grief was twisted by shadow, and still we do not act until his light was all but snuffed. Okay. Huh. Maybe it's an RNG thing. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some mugwort. But I thought for sure on this side, there was usually almost always like a thing that had a bunch of like 3 or 4 spells in it. I guess I'm wrong. Sightings record. We've already read that. Okay. All right. And we'll level up Astarion. And then Lae'zel. So, we could make him a true thief. We could make him an arcane trickster. Or make him an assassin. I think we'll leave him as an arcane trickster. I think he's going to be pretty useful that way. Ooh. I think I might do this. And minor illusion. Spells. Sleep. And so I've always like avoided color spray. Because it's too much splash damage, you know, it just kind of hits everybody. But I don't know. Let's see here. I'm going to try Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I don't often use that one, but we'll try it. This one, a lot of good spells. Again, if Misty Step was in here, I would take it for sure. But Expeditious Retreat. Yeah. That definitely helps when you're trying to like, you know, make the enemies come a certain direction. Like you're like, you know, if you are in a spot and he's like in the front, you can like have him retreat and then they can pepper away at the enemies while he's, you know, coming back. But I think Magic Missile is going to be our, either that or Chromatic Orb. I might do Chromatic Orb. I keep thinking about those spiders. Enhanced Leap. Burning Hands. Maybe. Witch Bolt for his you know, the fact that he's like a rogue actually is not a bad idea. But I'm not going to go that way. Yeah, I guess either Chromatic Orb or Burning Hands. There's just very few things that the thunder, that things are resistant to the thunder. They might be resistant to fire, but maybe not so much thunder. So we'll go with that. We will go with that. Yeah. Then orb. Yeah. You just don't get very many spells for him. So it's like, you got to be like very conscientious of what you're going to do. Ooh, Eldritch Knight. I made her champion in the past, and I didn't mind it. The Battle Master's okay. But I think I might go with Eldritch Knight. My concern last time was, like, okay, so if I make her a caster, and then I have this other caster, and then, like, maybe I just have too few casters and not enough, like, actual warriors, right? I don't think I'm going to have that problem, really. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's not a mage. It's just, you get those spells, those cantrips, and so since you don't get very many of them, you kind of make them count, you know? So, cantrips. I think the Firebolt would be good for her. And then, yeah, because she gets right up on people. Maybe the Shocking Grasp. But probably the True Strike. Because, you know, she does get right up on people, so... Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go. Again, Chromatic Orb. And then maybe Shield or Mage Armor. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go. Yep. You want a party of magic users? Not really. I just like the versatility of it. Because I don't think you really lose anything by having those options. You know, the game doesn't present itself to where it says, oh, well, you're not using a, you know, purely martial user like Lae'zel or something. I don't think she's really hurt by it. And things like sleep, deadly. Because they can't, unless you're a drow, right? You can't really resist it. Right? It's just not going to happen. If you are below a certain hit point and you cast it, it will put you to sleep. There's nothing you can do. So it's a bit of an OP level 1 power, assuming that the hit points are low enough that you could apply it. So like it says here, it says put creatures into a magical slumber, select targets up to a combined 24 hit point. So if they're like at 30, it won't work, of course. But if they're 24 or below, it will work. It will hit. They can't resist it. Like I said, unless you're drow. So, and it's just nice to have that option, even if you don't really ever use it, because your martial attacks,
no one stopped me yet,
aren't diminished because you didn't go fully martial. I don't know. That's kind of hard to describe, I guess. Portrait of Los. It's pretty interesting. Or is it Losi? Losa.
No, don't go there.
So what we'll do is I'll go back outside and then I'll talk to the girl's parents and I'll play y'all the beginning, the introduction video. I have to do a few things on OBS to make it work though, because all my sounds are separated. You wouldn't be able to hear it unless I. And then when we come back, I'll do the bard. I kind of screwed up my camera. We'll do this tiefling over here. Maybe we'll do the sirens after that.
What to do? Moving
I usually like to do the sirens after a couple other things. Like at least level 4. And we just got to level 3.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a gnoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Yeah, because at level 4, the sirens are kind of like at your equal. But when you're like at level 3, like they resist everything and then they hit you with everything. So it's not unusual for you to like have a party member down within the first round. So I usually like to save the sirens for at least level 4 or 5. Yeah. This game needs more companions. Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting that you do get some minor companions that don't really, you know, they're not really major ones, like, you know, like Jaheira and Halson. However, you get them a little bit later, like mid-game, right? Mid to late game. So they're not really vital for you. So, Mom, I'm fine. That's from TOS2, yeah. Yeah.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you.
So Banana was talking about this quest line, and I knew about it actually. Of course, you go into the Shadowlands, and when I first got there, you know, I kind of like explore everywhere, and I kind of go work on the outside in, and I found Arabella, you know, and actually I found her parents before that, and so yeah, it's kind of a neat little like full circle type thing. But I think a lot of people kind of miss, and not intentionally or anything, but I think they kind of go for the main area of chapter 2, the Shadowlands, and they kind of miss the Arabella stuff. So, oh, I was gonna go to the Bard. I'm so short. I'm messing up the camera. All right. And then the devil may show up here. Okay, so I'm going to save this real quick, and I want to see if it lets me pull up my video. I'll show it to y'all real quick. It's just like a minute long, and I've already made some changes to it, but where is it? Videos. No. Media. Premiere. There it is. There it is. This is my intro test. Okay, so I'm going to have to create a source for this. Hold on one second. I forgot how to do this. Oh, you go audio output capture, add existing. Oops, create new. Windows Media Player. I think that's what it is. And yeah, there it is. Add executable. Dark. There it is. Okay. All right, let me put it on display capture. And this is just, like I said, the first, what is it, minute and a half. I've changed a couple things already, but you'll get to see exactly what I'm going to be doing next for this next video.
Trust is for the foolish and the dead.
Who is Vaconia de Veer? Dark, beautiful, apostate, disciple, mysterious, seductive, powerful, and fiercely loyal. Hello and welcome to another one of Legion's Baldur's Gate videos. I recently made a video involving the Vaconia encounter in Baldur's Gate 3, and the comments validated my belief that there is a strong opinion about this character. What makes Baldur's Gate companions so interesting is that they all have their own backstory and mission to accomplish. We may be the hero of the story, but our companions are the heroes of their own journeys. Vaconia was a companion in the original Baldur's Gate series and was always a favorite of mine due to her backstory and personality. In this video, we will dive into the lore of Vaconia de Veer. If you are enjoying our videos, then we sincerely hope that you would consider subscribing to our channel. YouTube is telling me that our videos are doing really well, but only 0.5%, yes, that's not a typo, are subscribed.
Our quest is vain.
Subscriptions are free in YouTube and definitely help support the channel as we still have full-time occupations. We enjoy reading all your comments and we try to respond to each. Now let's continue on to our video. So there you go. That's kind of the introduction to the so far 48-minute long video, and it's going to be probably an hour and a half when it's all said and done. Maybe more, but I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm on the backside of it kind of moving along. I really think I'm going to be done, soon. I just don't know when exactly, because once I get done laying down all the video and the audio with it and merging everything and kind of having like the skeleton, then I can go back in and do some creative stuff to it. I was doing it originally, and that's what was taking me forever. And I said, let me just lay down everything first, and then I can do the creative stuff over it later on. And so that's what I'm doing now. So it's moving faster now. So anyway, but hopefully y'all kind of like that. But that's what we're doing next. We're doing Vaconia, doing a deep dive onto that. And I already have an idea for the next one that I want to do after that, which is very interesting. I don't think anybody's really kind of covered it at all yet. So, but I need to play Baldur's Gate 3 a little bit more to know all of our options for it. So that's the problem with the videos I kind of make. These lore deep dives aren't just like, they're very specific to this information. So I can't just break out, I can't just start talking about things. I have to show where they're coming from and where the game, goes with that. So anyway. I didn't have the game on. Turn. I meant to mute the Windows Media, the video I just showed, and I muted the game by accident.
Can't you hear it? Her singing. It's awful.
Terrible.
Right. No, I fixed it. Kagwan, I think I fixed it. Let me know. Oh, Mocker, she's trying her best, I assume.
Oh no! Whatever shall we do?
More witless creatures. More ear bleed. My head is melting. I'm leaving before the damage is permanent.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smiles and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
Okay. What's that you're singing?
More like butchering. Don't know why I bother.
The animals agreed. Why else do you think they left? um, are you all right?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
That's a creative process for you. Agony and ecstasy. Mostly agony.
True. And when you finally perfect a song, there's nothing like it. But when you're stuck and it's just getting worse, oh. It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want.
Yeah. You know, I really wish she was somebody we could recruit, because it would be our bard companion, you know? Because unless you play as a bard, you don't have a bard. It's just seems like it's missing. And I can almost spot that Larian was probably going that direction. They were probably saying, hey, look, let's make her a, you know, early companion. Just didn't happen. Because, like, the times that you see her again, it's, like, very succinct. Like, you would think that you'd have a little bit more in-depth conversation like they do in, like, just, you know, random characters like Roland, for instance. And he goes on and on and on. But for her, it's like, it's just hi-bye, you know? So, yeah.
I'll start from the beginning. We'll take it slow. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
I don't think... Oh, yeah, we do have some charisma, so it might do good. Yeah, she'd be an interesting companion. I think she'd be a wonderful companion because, you know, bards are just really good in this game. I still say that I really wanted to have 6 people total in the party. I think that would be okay. Yeah, it's a balance issue, you know, 4 versus 6, but I don't know. I think 6 would have been just fine. Let's do our own. All right.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you cool the last light down.
My little character is pretty cute. When she's playing, you know, she's kind of like getting into it.
Moon reminds me of your grace. All the
It's not the way to go for 6. They have 4. Yeah, I know.
Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend.
But you know, it is Baldur's Gate, so you have 6.
Sorry.
I would say that's the exception to the rule.
Thanks. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it. She'd yell at me for that clunky verse and make me play till my fingers were raw. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Finish the Weeping Dawn. For her. Keep the loot. Please. You've earned it. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
So if we do it that way, we don't get the whole, like, song, you see. So that's the big difference between it. So we get her loot. It's weapon, body, blah, 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 blah. So it's, you know, we don't have a bard, but, you know. Oh, and I need to put this away. What's what's in here? Oh yeah, those are our go booms. Oh, that's right. I was going to give this to Shadowheart. Let's put this on this. I don't really care about that dancing lights. I mean, I can give that to. Oh yeah, she's the one with all the weapons we could sell. Ugh. Definitely need to do that. In fact, let's add to wares, add to wares, add to wares, add to wares. So we can just sell it. There. Yeah, it shouldn't be turn-based, yet it is. Yeah. I don't mind the turn-based, but you know, I know what you're saying.
Let's move. It's still rough, but my song is getting there.
Folk songs of Faroon. My Conid song by Ogma. I hear it, and I see it, and I know it, and I feel it, but I can't write it, or can I? Ogma.
Keep a blade close.
I was watching this video with Ed Greenwood, and he was saying that one of the secrets in Candlekeep is that there's a book that writes itself. And I forget what context, why it would write in some, but supposedly it's like the will of Ogma, and it's written actually by Ogma. But because the author never says, you know, I am Ogma, it's just believed that it's Ogma. But it's just kind of interesting. Let me see if my character, what she would look like with this. I'm curious.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
I think I looked earlier at a cowboy hat. I don't think she looks as good with it. Let me talk to Lae'zel.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak, roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden.
Turn-based does good, then fine. Yeah, I wish there was an option to turn it off. Yeah,
not so
true.
much.
But I mean, some games are just designed around that as its core, you know, method. You know, because otherwise it's just an RTS, you know, like you know, Warcraft or Starcraft. Are you sure crashes are path to your cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
Total. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she looks very good with the hat. I always kind of thought she'd look a little bit better. But it's so-so.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The plains are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge.
Baldur Gate, and yet they built it on turn-based, which wasn't so in the originals. Yeah. Well, you're right. It wasn't turn-based. You're 100% right. It was real time with pause. So there were dice rolls going on in the background based on the rounds, and the rounds were like however many seconds was a round, right? So you had like 2 attacks per round, and if you were like a warrior with proficiency in swords or something, and so it was like real time with pause. So it wasn't turn-based, right? But it kind of was going on in the background. It just wasn't actual turn-based, you know, like your turn, your turn, your turn. But you could kind of break it down that way, you know. But in fact, some of the much better players of Baldur's Gate, when they do it with like the hard mode and all that other stuff, they constantly pause the game. So it's almost like turn-based, because you're doing this, you're doing that, you're making this person do this, do this, do this, do this, and you're waiting for the round to kind of continue. So you're, you know, if you pause it that much and that often, I mean, it's basically turn-based at that point. It's not real time at all. But it's just a manipulation of the setting, basically. Yeah, true. I still should have given us the out. I hear you. I hear you.
I expect I am your first.
I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Of course, the Githyanki ancient history are humans, so
I have a confession.
it depends on the fight.
Too hasty to judge you.
Not all fights need pose. Yeah.
Witless,
Yeah.
gutless,
Oh
unimpressively
my goodness, what's going
bland.
on? Dogs are going crazy.
Now, well, you've earned my respect and more still. You've proven your wits. You are efficient and dominant, in and out of battle.
It's
You've
the hat.
proven your courage. I swear you would tear the horns off one dragon to plunge into another. And you're hardly bland. Your scent alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end.
Well, this escalated quick. Hold on. The attraction's mutual, Lae'zel. You know how to set my heart racing. I've never even thought about this character romancing anybody. I actually kind of had half a mind to like do Halson just because of the the size difference. You know. I haven't even thought about it. Lae'zel's not a bad idea, though. I don't think Shadowheart really makes sense. Astarion, maybe? I don't know. I kind of wish there was another gnome companion we could have had, you know? Just to kind of like play that whole like fire ice type thing. Oh, hold on. You coming on to me?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight, perhaps later, but I want it all the same. Do you?
Yeah, Githyanki, kind of like Drow. They can be hedonistic, because to them it's real. They can be loyal to a person, but they're still very like individualistic. So, is there approve? Halson is amusing. I that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe I can make it work. You know, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think this would come up this fast. And I totally was expecting it to happen at camp. wanting a hot get Yankee girlfriend. Oh, no. But see, she doesn't care, like, if you decide to, like, go with somebody else after a while. Like, she doesn't care at all. But I've heard, like, a lot of people, like, they want to do, like, an evil playthrough where they're like, I'm going to do this, this, this. And they even are like romance Lae'zel. And what they didn't expect is to enjoy the romance that they have with Lae'zel. Like, you know, like it kind of twisted on them. So, yeah, there's no small race companion. I wonder why. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I was saying is like I would have liked to had a bard and Karlach is always flirtatious, always. Like it's like she's kind of like I don't know if y'all know Cyberpunk, but like River, if you're like if you're Femve, like he's just like a puppy, right? And it's just like, oh man, this is one thing I hate about playing Femve is River. You got to deal with him. But Karlach's kind of like that too. But at least with Lae'zel, you can always like, you know, you can just romance her, or you can say, nah, or you can start it and then move on, and she doesn't care. But yeah, we are back to the bard. go play one. No, I have a bard. I have one that I'm doing at the same time too. But what I'm saying is that I wish we had a bard that we could bring in. You know, yeah. No, I don't play it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll do this.
I won't be your girlfriend, but I will be your lay. Yes or no?
Oh boy. Okay. Well. We'll give it a shot.
Yes. Perhaps one night soon, I will come to your bunk and take what is mine. Until that night comes, I shall keep enjoying your scent.
I honestly didn't think it was going to move this fast. Maybe it's because we're not human. I don't know. Was not expecting Lae'zel to be this
if not over,
aggressive this soon. Huh. Yeah, I'm not doing the sirens right now. Oh. Yeah, I guess this is faster. Oops. Come on now. Get on here. So, I need to go talk to the tiefling of this grove, but this is kind of like a shortcut, just going this way and that way. Once I do that, we may call the stream. Yeah, she likes you. Oh, I know. Like I don't mind. Like I started thinking about it. I was like, Lae'zel may actually be a pretty good romance for this playthrough, but that wasn't my intention. So there's not much back here, but it's been a while since I did this. Oh man, did I trap my camera again? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, trapping your camera, that hasn't happened to me ever until this most recent update, about like, what, 2 weeks ago?
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
Yeah. I'll talk to Zevlor, that's his name.
What's up for discussion?
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Can you delay it?
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense.
Okay.
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Korga, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once. It doesn't sit well with me either. But to get these people to safety, there's nothing I won't do. You'd be well rewarded for the risk. But if that won't sway you, there's nothing more to discuss.
Okay.
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yeah. Our time grows short. If Korga won't abandon her mat, these are civilians. Open battle would be a mass. What is it?
I'll bring people out to the wilds.
We're refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls and goblins attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent.
The descent?
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. The High Overseer, our Grand Protector, signed a pact with devils. It dragged Elturel straight to hell. Lucky for us, a group of adventurers found a way to bring the city back. Afterwards, people looked at us and just saw devilkin. No different from the druids here, really. Some artifact Aradin was hunting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to. This grove is poorer for losing Halsin, but I have my own people's concerns to look to.
Okay. All right. So I figure, let me put my helmet back on. I'm going to hide that. But I'm going to give this to Shadowheart, because she definitely looks better with it. Give that to her. Plus, not only that, you know, she just looks better with it, I think. Let's see, Lae'zel looks horrible with it, but
looking ahead.
Something the matter?
I think she looks pretty good. And then if you like dye it black or whatever, it looks really good. Or dark blue. All right, let's go. So what I'll do is I'll go outside here.
I've seen everything.
What I plan on doing next is just talking to a couple of those people, and then talking to the forge person, then talking to the goblin that's captured, and then we'll go to the back area to release her, and then we'll go out into the wilds and you know, do stuff out there. That should get us to at least level 4, 4.5, preferably 5, and then we can start doing things like the spiders and the hag and that other stuff. That should definitely put us by level 6 or so by that point. But we'll see. And then we can kind of blitz through the rest of the story. And that's my plan, of at least. So I think I'm going to be on most Mondays going forward. Next Tuesday is, of course, Halloween. And normally in the past on Twitch, I've done 24-hour streams for Halloween, but I'm not going to do it this year. Not for a Tuesday. I'm just not. So what I'm going to do is that I think Monday I'll just, of course, be on YouTube for the Baldur's Gate. And then I may leave work real early and then stream early on Twitch to do some Halloween stuff. But over this weekend, I might stream a little bit more because it'll be just pre-Halloween stuff. And I have a ton of horror things that I do. Sometimes I read off of books and things like that. So we'll just see. But anyway, I appreciate everybody being here, and I will kind of cut it right here. we're almost at 3 hours anyway. So let me go to my ending screen here. It's my new favorite ending screen. It's this one right here. There we go. But I would check you guys later, and I am still working very, very, very hard on that video, so just bear with me, please. Trying to get us to 1,000 subscribers, and we're just right there at 674, 675, and I know if we just get this next video, and if it plays well, hopefully that'll get us there, and then I can really relax and start making some of the videos very, because I'm not one to make one of those like the top 5 this or 5 things you missed. That's not my style. I really prefer doing lore stuff, but I really don't think I can go into that until I'm sure that the audience is there that wants to see that type of stuff, you know. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Thank you very much, Kagwana. I keep mispronouncing that. But I will see you guys very soon, and y'all take care. Thank you very much.
And I'll bite your fingers off. I will.
The road isn't too bad. Can't wait to get back to the gate.
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.